All right, here we go live at Tyne Davis Gymnasium, ready to tip off here the men's game, about 10 and a half minutes away, joined by Drew Wilson, the assistant head coach of Faulkner men's basketball. Drew, before we get into anything about Loyola, we've talked about this Faulkner team, and at times they are a top 5 team in the country, and at times they're a bottom 5 team in the country. So you're not sure what you're going to get. What you got against Martin was decidedly one of the best teams in the country, the way that team played.
Yeah, no question. We were talking about a minute ago. I don't know that we have not lost very many games when we've had everybody playing. We played them up. We played them up there last time, and Garrett Sanderson didn't play. Big piece. Guys don't. You think that's just a bench guy, and should we have been able to win the game? Yeah, maybe so, but it just throws everybody else out of whack. You play a few more minutes. It's just kind of, we have not done that. We have not responded to that kind of stuff very well. But very few times have we lined it up with everybody on our roster and lost a game. So, hopefully, like you said, we can get back to playing like that team that played at Martin, one of the best 5, 6, 7 teams in the country.
Right, and what you saw that was so impressive to me, sometimes you get a big win because you shoot and everything drops, and sometimes you execute, and you guys really executed against Martin. What was the key to that?
I wish I knew. If I knew, we'd have won more games.
You'd have bottled it up.
No, but I did. I thought we did a good job executing offensively. We ran good stuff. We moved the ball really good, which was evidenced by our assist numbers last time. When this team moves the ball, there's too many weapons out there for you to guard. When the ball gets moving the way it was moving last Saturday, we're really, really tough to guard. I would hate to have to do it myself.
Absolutely, and you get ready for this Loyola team. When you played them at New Orleans, it was really the beginning of the slide because
they started it.
The turnovers were awful that night. It felt like nothing you shot was going to go in. Right. It was that kind of a night where all those things went wrong. So you got to feel like, look, we play our game, we're fine.
Yeah, it's one of those deals. We turned it over 27 times, 19 of them were unforced, and it's a 4-point game with like 2 or 3 minutes to go. Like it's a close game. So you feel like if you play well and attack their zone well, don't get me wrong, they had a little bit to do with those turnovers with the zone that they play and getting us confused a little bit. So it wasn't like they were just, there's another team out there. They played good too, but, we got to get, if we play the way we're capable of playing, attack the zone well, don't turn it over against their zone, then we feel pretty good about the game. But they are good. They've got 3 really, really good freshman players, 2 that are starting and playing a lot of minutes. They're a good team.
You got to deal with the one in front of you before you can look beyond that, but you guys know what this means for the season.
Yeah.
You get one here, you get one Saturday, all of a sudden you're back in people's minds when it comes tournament time.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a golden opportunity here over the next 4 or 5 games. Our team knows this. We play a lot of teams ahead of us in the conference standings. Well, the only way to get back up there is beat them, and you can't beat them all till you win tonight. So that's where our focus is right now. You can't win them all till we win this one. So we're gonna do everything we can to win this one, and then get back to practice tomorrow and try to win Saturday too.
Everybody healthy? Everybody dressed?
Everybody here.
Fantastic. Go Eagles.
Thank you. Go Eagles.
That Faulkner men's assistant coach Drew Wilson. As the student section, some of them sing Country Roads. How many of them do you think could tell you, David, who actually sings this song?
Maybe a handful if you're lucky. Maybe.
I don't know. That should be our Hannah Caver experiment. Send her over and ask the people in the student section who sings Country Roads. That would be the thing. Let's do a quick unscientific survey. What's your name and do you know who sings Country Roads?
Highly unscientific.
I think this is interesting, compelling television. And if you don't, it's a free service. So
you're welcome.
What am I going to tell you? So Hannah Caver, who you grabbing first? Tell us. Grab Dalton. Grab Dalton, our male cheerleader. Dalton, can she hear me?
Apparently not.
Hannah Caver, grab Dalton first. Can you hear me at all? Here you go. Grab Dalton. Dalton. Who sings Country Roads, Dalton?
Who sings Country Roads?
It's Kentucky, isn't it?
All right, moving on to the next one. That's 0 for 1. Who else? Grab somebody else.
Do you know who sings Country Roads?
Yes, John Denver.
Woo! We got a winner. John Denver. Who is that man? I want to know. Who is he?
Donovan.
Donovan, you're the fan of the night. You answered the question. Dalton, you disappoint me. Hannah Caver, Faulkner Sports Network, Faulkner men's basketball on the other side.
You're making the trip to see the Eagles play in person, coming into town to visit your favorite Faulkner student, or having the family in from out of town, Drury Inn & Suites is Faulkner's #1 place to stay in Montgomery. Drury offers a full free breakfast and dinner with your stay and caters to your needs with a friendly and knowledgeable staff. They're pet friendly and offer a great Faulkner rate. They even got indoor and outdoor pool options. Call them at 334-273-1101 to book your stay today. Everyone knows Jason's Deli has the best salad bar in Montgomery. Everyone also knows Jason's Deli has the best sandwiches in town. And, of course, everyone knows Jason's Deli has the best ice cream anywhere. But did you know that Jason's Deli's manager is also named Jason? Give him a call at 334-409-9898, or better yet, just go by and see him at 1520 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. Pizza for $5? Pizza for $5. Hot and ready pizza for $5. That's Little Caesars guaranteed. Hot and ready pizzas every single day for $5. They're delivered to campus right here at Faulkner University. Order one or get enough for everybody. Call 334-272-4595 or stop by their location at 5853 Atlanta Highway in East Dale Square. Nobody does service like Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire. That's not just hyperbole. With every oil change, they'll rotate your tires and vacuum out your car. That, Faulkner fans, is service. Show your Faulkner ID and get 10% off your purchase. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire. Downtown Montgomery, at the corner of Bell and Vaughn, and in Millbrook. For the best in starters, salads, steaks, ribs, country dinners, and more, saddle up after the game and head on over to Texas Roadhouse, located at 7525 East Chase Parkway in Montgomery. You can even take your Faulkner game ticket, and Faulkner alumnus Trey 2 will gladly give you 10% off your bill. Call him for your catering needs at 334-396-7774, or go by and throw back a few peanuts while you wait on your meal. Texas Roadhouse, located in East Chase across from Target. Wells Printing is so much more than just a print shop. Not only did they print up our Faulkner football game tickets, but they also carry Faulkner polos and Comfort Colors t-shirts, as well as those awesome baseball caps and stadium seats. For any and all printing and promotional item needs, call Amanda at 334-270-9481 or 334-324-0864.
All right. Night has drawn nigh here at Tyne Davis, where the 14-8, 9-6 in SSAC play the Wolfpack of Loyola against 14-9, 7-8 in SSAC play the Eagles of Faulkner. David, starting lineups.
Starting lineups for Loyola, they're going to be going with number 3, Miles Burns, freshman guard. He's 6'5", from Houston, Texas. Number 23, Zach Reitzel, a freshman guard. He's 6'6", from Prosper, Texas, and the leading scorer on this basketball club, averaging over 20 a game.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. Trevon Jasmine, senior guard, 6'2", from Edgar, Louisiana.
Number 33, Ethan Turner, senior guard. He's 6 foot from Covington, Louisiana. And finally, number 34, Terry Smith Jr., 6'5", sophomore guard from Chicago, Illinois.
And the starters for the hosting Eagles of Faulkner.
They're going to be going with the typical starting lineup that they've tried to run out there. Number 4, Renee Scott, 5'9", junior guard from Mobile. Number 10, Sean Edwards. He's a senior guard from Madison, Alabama. Number 20, Milan Skundrich, the 6'6", forward junior from Negotin, Serbia. Number 23, C.J. Miles, the junior guard. He's 6'5", from Port Richley, Florida. And finally, number 33, Adnan Halilovic, the 6'8", senior from Mali Zornik, Serbia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I butchered that. But
I'll take it. So here we go. 20 minutes on the clock as we get ready to start this one.
Coming into tonight, we've got a few interesting individual numbers as far as stat-wise for this Loyola team. Miles Burns is the number 1 player in Division I in steals per game. He's averaging almost 3. He's at 2.7 per game. He's also the number 1 in total steals with 60. Miles Burns also number 6 in Division I in offensive rebounds per game at 3.5. So he's an active player, somebody who's getting after it defensively and works hard on that offensive glass. And also this is a team, Loyola, that ranks first in Division I in steals per game, over 10 of those per game. Number 4 in Division I in offensive rebounds per game with 14.1. And number 5 in total steals with 227. So this is a team as a whole that gets on it on the offensive glass, gets after it defensively. So we'll see if this Faulkner team comes out and plays like they can. As Drew Wilson talked about before the game, from the last time that they met, where turnovers and things of that nature were an issue for this Faulkner basketball club. As we are preparing for tip here tonight, it will be Milan Skundrich for the Faulkner Eagles, jumping against Miles Burns, the aforementioned freshman, 6'5", controlled by Skundrich, given to Renee Scott, back to Sean Edwards, and back to Scott, back to Edwards.
Halilovic gets it up to Scott. Now back over to Scott from Edwards. C.J. Jones on the attack. Scoot right hand, no good. Rebound, Skundrich, put back good. Milan Skundrich. Right wing. It goes up to number 24, Trayvon Jasmine. Over the top, Zach Reitzel. Miles Burns with it. Burns out to Reitzel. Reitzel to Jasmine. The attack, kick out into the corner, 3, in, out, and back in again. Yeah, he can shoot a little bit from Covington, Louisiana.
Shooting nearly 40% from the 3 on the year.
Edwards to Scott, back to Edwards. Left wing Jones, knocks it down to Skundrich. There is Halilovic, turns around, loses it. Gathered by Turner into the front court. Kicks it over. Now up top, the attack all the way down low. Layup right hand off of the hand of Miles Burns is good.
Burns second for Loyola in scoring. He's averaging 16.6 points per game. So this team led by freshmen.
Edwards to Scott. Scott down to Halilovic. Halilovic back to Scott. Swings it around. Sean Edwards splits 2 defenders in. Left hand won't go. Rebound by Terry Smith Jr. Terry Smith Jr. with it, gives it up, left wing, that is Burns. He pulls up, free throw line, no. Rebound underneath by number 23, Zach Reitzel. He puts it up, it's good. What a start for Loyola, it's 7-2 already. Scott to Edwards to Skundrich. Skundrich, Halilovic. Halilovic has it knocked away as he tries to pass out to Scott. Halilovic having a lot of problems down there early. It goes up top to Trayvon Jasmine. Jasmine left wing, Miles Burns. Burns to Jasmine. He pulls the three, no good. Rebound, C.J. Jones. Jones across the timeline, splits two defenders, goes right wing. C.J. Jones pulls the three, no good. Rebound by Miles Burns. Pocket picked by Skundrich, and he's fouled.
Going to get a foul on number 33, Ethan Turner.
7-2 is the lead, 17-19 to play in the first half. Skundrich over to Scott, back to Edwards. Edwards, C.J. Jones. Jones back up to Sean Edwards. They'll pass it around down into the corner, now back out, nearly stolen. Scott recovers, 14 to shoot, mid-range pull up, good. It's like he just hangs in the air sometimes.
It really does seem that way. That's just a good take for that mid-range.
Scott out of position defensively. He'll pick up the foul, but it's not the worst foul.
Jasmine looked to push the pace there and caught Scott a little slow getting back defensively, so he picks up the foul.
The inbound will come from underneath Trayvon Jasmine. Long pass in to Zach Reitzel. Reitzel goes down left block. Shot missed, gets his own rebound, put back no. Rebound Adnan Halilovic. Edwards, Jones, back out to Halilovic, Skundrich, and now back out to Scott. Drives baseline, Sean Edwards, C.J. Jones, ball movement, nice, finish better.
Good ball movement there by the Eagles, moving the ball all the way around the court to get the wide open shot for C.J. Jones.
Zach Reitzel with the ball. Goes over into the corner. There's the three, no good. Sean Edwards rebounds it. Scott, little push off, no call. Gets it to Edwards. Edwards back to Scott. And a travel call on Renee Scott. So a turnover by the Eagles. Into the front court.
Sanderson and Bradley check in for the Eagles, and Eric Brown checks in for Loyola, as does Cameron Dumas.
Across the timeline comes Dumas, hands it off, the drive, right hand layup, rebound C.J. Jones. He hands it off to Nate Bradley. Bradley to Jones, the attack, Garrett Sanderson out of the corner, no. Rebound by Cameron Dumas. Jacob Spence to the scorer's table, he'll check in a moment. Zach Reitzel pulls it. No. Rebound. Nate Bradley. Bradley. Long pass, Garrett Sanderson. Sanderson, Halilovic gathers. Long pass, Bradley. There's C.J. Jones, left wing three. No. Tipped alive. Rebound by Miles Burns. Burns into the front court. No.
Got an official
Officials will take a timeout.
And somebody got poked in the eye for Loyola.
That's Terry Smith Jr. He is favoring his eye. He'll check out momentarily. That'll bring Trey LaForge into the game, a 6'6 junior forward, transfer from LSU. We await the inbound from Reitzel. He gets it in. Dumas face up with Scott. Splits two defenders, loses it, and a turnover. It'll go back to Faulkner. Tie game, 15-15 to go in the first half. Here in the under 12 media timeout, our own Hannah Caver will catch up with Steve Phillips, longtime member of the Faulkner faculty. Bradley in, back out. Renee Scott, right wing. The attack, layup, good.
Faulkner working his man defense right now as Burns gets into the lane, puts it up and in for Loyola.
Tie game, 14-47. Scott across the timeline. Gets it to Bradley, back out to Scott. Bradley again, left elbow. Doing work, gets it to Scott, pulls the three, no. Rebound controlled by Reitzel. Reitzel sends it up the court to Burns. He attacks right hand, good. Skundrich gave chase, but Burns at 6'5", able to get inside and then get position in the air. Sanderson, Bradley. Back to Bradley now from Scott.
Loyola going with a zone look here. Faulkner trying to work that high-low game that they love to do against the zone.
Yeah, the zone worked well down in New Orleans. Skundrich, an adjustment and nails the jumper. Scott Sanderson likes the result, but he didn't like the decision by Skundrich there. I think he wanted him to go all the way to the lane. Just a guess. Contact travel call here. Trace Hill in, Milan Skundrich out. Faulkner, because of the pace of this one, I think the ability to sub, as they've done so far, is huge. Because really, really good pace to this point.
Good pace, and Coach Sanderson does like to go with some different lineups and looks throughout the course of a ball game with the turnover there.
Eric Brown comes up with the steal off the deflection. Out of the corner is Dumas. Yes. So 14-11 is the Loyola lead. Nate Bradley across the timeline. To Garrett Sanderson. Back to Trace Hill. There's Nate Bradley. Bradley to Sanderson. Pull up middle of the lane. No. Rebound ripped down by Trey LaForge. Left wing. Zach Reitzel. He attacks. Scott knocks it free. He's got it on the break. Up left hand, good. 14-13. Give Sanderson credit for helping on that one. Miles Burns into the front court. Really good up and down basketball right now by both teams. Miles Burns face up with Nate Bradley. He'll back out 14 to shoot. Now moves right. Looking for help. Finds his man, middle of the floor, free throw line. That is Trey LaForge.
Working that high post, just comes in, settles in right behind the defense, and hits that wide open free throw line jumper.
Yeah, kind of caught Jacob Spence sagging back for help there. Created a little space. Scott, pull up, mid-range, no. Rebound by number 3, Miles Burns.
Burns, the leading rebounder on this team, followed by Reitzel.
And they'll say LaForge stepped out there. The next stoppage will be our under 12 media timeout. Mass subs here. Halilovic and Jones come in. Skundrich comes in. Edwards comes in. Skundrich to Edwards. Across the timeline comes Edwards. Gets it to Scott. Long pass Jones. Jones down to Skundrich. Turnaround right hand. No. Rebound. Bounces around. Burns gets it. Burns all the way. No. Passes it out into the corner. Throws it away. That's our under 12 media timeout. We go to our great sideline reporter, Hannah Caver, with Steve Phillips.
Thank you, Jeremy. What's the atmosphere like tonight in Tyne Davis Gymnasium?
Been pretty good tonight with the girls game and the pink out. Had a good crowd here, best crowd I've seen for the girls games in a while, and most of the people stayed over for the boys game. The student section has got a good crowd in there tonight. It's been a really lively atmosphere tonight.
What's it like being a part of the Faulkner Fanatics?
Well, I've been a Faulkner fanatic for over 50 years now. I've been watching Faulkner games since about 1966 and hadn't missed I've been to at least one game every year of the last 50 years, so I'm kind of used to it, but it's a lot of fun every time I come.
Thank you, and back to you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Hannah Caver, with Steve Phillips, a great member of our faculty, longtime member of the Faulkner family, here enjoying the game with his loved ones. So 11:46 to go in the first half. Faulkner up 3. This is the Faulkner Sports Network. We'll send you to break here in just a moment. Scott, Edwards, Halilovic, Jones, and Skundrich, the 5 for Faulkner, coming out of the under 12 media timeout. Inbound to Edwards. Jones back to Scott, left corner to Edwards. Puts it on the deck and contact and a foul. We'll see who they put it on.
Foul's on number 1, Cameron Dumas.
So Cameron Dumas gets the foul. Inbound from Scott to Jones. Jones to Edwards. Edwards into the corner to Scott. Scott inside to Skundrich and another foul. So Dumas with 2 real quick right there. He picked up 2 in a matter of seconds. That's it's not a way to stay on the floor.
It is not, especially early in a game like this. Turner checks into him.
Jones will chase it down. Back up to Edwards. Early on, David, really well played by both sides, but the rebounding advantage decidedly in favor of New Orleans, or Loyola New Orleans. And there's another one.
It is, and when you look at this team, they're long and athletic.
There's a 3 out of the corner. No. Rebound C.J. Jones. Rebounding advantage now 12-7 for Loyola. They get it to Jones. He'll split the defense, go all the way in, and 1. Look at the scoop and score, and he'll go to the line. Chance to tie it. To the line goes C.J. Jones. Shot up and good. 16 all, 10:46 to play in the opening half. Trayvon Jasmine across the timeline. Works around left side. Throws it down. That's number 32, Benjamin Fields, listed at 6'7". There's the attack. Nope. Gets it back to Fields. Kicks it out. Volleyball line 3. Drained by Ethan Turner. That is from distance. So Fields with the assist and the triple off the hand of Ethan Turner. Edwards out to Jones. 10:09 to go in the opening half. Scott right wing in front of the student section. Skundrich down to Halilovic. Back to Jones. Drains that 3. No, back iron. I apologize, called it early. It was on rhythm. Thought that was going. All the way in, right hand, Reitzel, no. And Skundrich is fouled as he tries to rebound that one.
Get that foul to Burns there, Miles Burns. That's his second.
2 fouls on Miles Burns.
Team 5th foul for Loyola.
Yeah, Burns active to this point. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Edwards into the front court. Attacks right side, backs out to Skundrich. Down to Jones. Turnaround jumper, good. 19-18 is the lead for Loyola. Terry Smith gets it back over to Jasmine and now into the hands of Reitzel. Reitzel gets on that pivot foot. It won't drop. Jones with another rebound. He's starting to add those up. He's got 4. Edwards, Jones, 3, no. Sounds like a good financial combination, but it didn't work out for the points that time.
C.J. Jones already with 8 points here in the ball game, off 3 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, C.J. Jones enjoyed a good one on the road at New Orleans. Reitzel gets it over. The attack and the foul call. That's going to send number 34, Terry Smith Jr. to the line.
C.J. Jones gets hit with the foul there with the reach. It's his first.
19-18, 8:53 to play. in the opening half. Loyola trying to stretch that lead.
Smith, a 54% shooter from the line
He
here.
both missed and hit that one.
It's a high arcing shot for Smith for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That second one good. So 54% shooter, and he makes them both. Smith had 16 last time these two teams played. Of course, it's the night that Loyola scored 99. The attack from Scott. Gets it out to Edwards. Edwards looking for the entry pass, and it's kicked. David, this is a Loyola team. They put 5 players in double figures last time these two played, led by Zach Reitzel with 22. There it is into Trace Hill, over to Scott. Edwards down to Skundrich, ball fake, back to Scott. His three, no. Rebound, Garrett Sanderson, put back, no. Rebound grabbed by Reitzel, and he dribbles off his leg.
And this is a team in Loyola that has, on the season, 4 guys averaging in double figures. Reitzel and Burns, of course, leading them in scoring with Smith and Dumas contributing over 10 points per game.
Yeah, and you mentioned those guys. All 4 of those were in double figures in New Orleans when these two teams met back in January. In December rather. Hill drains that one. Dumas had 17 that night, as did Burns. Smith had 16.
Offensive foul on Reitzel. Sanderson doing what he does, jumps in front of Reitzel as he makes his way to the basket, picks up the charge. It's on Turner, rather. That was right. It was Reitzel.
It was on Reitzel. Edwards into the front court. Gets it over to Scott. Sean Edwards.
Extending the zone look, trying to get a trap out toward half court.
Sanderson, Edwards, 3 on target. No, in and out. Rebound by Fields. 21 all, 7:50 to go in the first half. There is a travel call. Skundrich checks out. Halilovic checks in. Edwards, Hill, Scott, Sanderson, and Halilovic, the 5 for Faulkner. Scott over to Edwards, back out to Sanderson in the corner. On target, but won't drop again.
Going to get Halilovic over the back there, slapping at the ball. It's the first foul on him on the night.
Fresh haircut for Adnan Halilovic. Into the front court comes Trayvon Jasmine. Jasmine face up with Scott, gets a screen from Fields, now back to Fields. The 6'7" big man drains it. Little pick and pop for you right there. 24-21. Edwards in trouble, loses it. Now he's got to try to stop ball. Good job. Nice job knocking that away.
Way to take the challenge there by Edwards to stop the break.
Yeah, and even if you get a foul call, it's not the worst.
Right.
But Loyola gets the layup off the inbound, and they're up 5 again. Scott to Edwards. I don't think Faulkner's led since the very opening moments of this one. They scored the first bucket, and then Loyola with 7 straight points took the lead, and they haven't lost it. They've been tied, but they haven't trailed yet.
Foul on Ethan Turner, his second. Scott to the line for the 1-and-1. So that's now 17 fouls for Loyola.
First free throw from Renee Scott is good. Scott didn't have his best night in New Orleans. In 25 minutes, he only shot the ball 7 times. and he had 6 points on the evening. That one in and out, so he misses the second free throw. Into the front court comes Loyola. There's the attack and a good foul call on Trace Hill on the floor. So
it's the fourth team foul for Faulkner.
ball right wing, that's Turner. He'll pass it down low. Fields going to work on Halilovic.
Got a travel down low in the post.
Fields disagrees, as do his pork chop sideburns. 26-22 is the lead. I like him. I couldn't pull that look off. I'm a little jealous. Renee Scott over to Bradley. Bradley to Sanderson, back out to Scott, back up to Bradley, pulls the three. Good.
I'll just take the pork chop.
It is dinner time.
It is.
Into the front court comes Trayvon Jasmine now. 1 point lead for Loyola New Orleans. Wolfpack played very well offensively to this point. Fields, spinner, misses it. In position for the rebound, but they don't get it. It goes out of bounds.
Knocked off on Smith.
That's the under 6 media timeout. We go to our excellent sideline reporter, Hannah Caver, with one of our Faulkner baseball players, Dejard Kimbrough.
How did you guys feel about coming out of the series against Spirit Hotterman?
We were a little disappointed. We knew that a 2-2 split wasn't what we wanted, but we know we made a lot of mistakes as a team. So we know that we're going to be much better moving forward, so we're not going to hang our heads too low.
What can you guys accomplish this season?
I think we have a good squad. I think we can accomplish a lot. It just really depends on how much we work, how much time we put in that practice, how much we play for another instead of playing for ourselves.
You have a big series against Georgetown coming up tomorrow. This weekend, how do you guys prepare for that?
Yeah, we're ready for this weekend. We've had a good week of practice. Coaches gave us a good game plan for the next couple of days, so we're just going to try to execute. And the goal is never to win. The goal is just to play hard, and hopefully we win at the end.
Thank you, and back to you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much, Hannah Caver. (26-25), 5:44 to go. In the first half, Loyola up 1. Trace Hill's inbound pass is stolen. Layup no good. Rebound tipped out by Sanderson, doing what he does. Bradley into the front court. Works around right side. Gets it to Garrett Sanderson. Back out to Trace Hill. There's Nate Bradley. No good. Sanderson fighting for the board underneath. It's controlled by Loyola. Long pass to Eric Brown. He'll attack baseline all the way in. Loses it. Adnan Halilovic gets it to Bradley. Bradley to Sanderson out of the corner. Three. Yes. 28-26 is the lead for Faulkner, their first lead of the game.
Faulkner getting open looks on the offensive end, just haven't knocked all of them down, only shooting 35% on the night so far.
Terry Smith attacks, contact with Trace Hill, no call. Hill got away with one. 28 all as Smith drops it in. Bradley, Scott into the corner for Sanderson. His three no good. Halilovic with the board. Loses it out of bounds. Turnover goes back to Loyola. Halilovic comes out. Skundrich checks in. 28 all, 4:25 to play in the opening half of basketball. Trayvon Jasmine. Fields, turnaround right hand, good, and one.
Get the little cheap foul there on Milan Skundrich. It's going to be his first.
Benjamin Fields' only free throw attempt is good. Lead is 3. Bradley over to Scott, back to Bradley. Bradley to Scott. Scott into the corner, Skundrich. Skundrich into the corner, Sanderson, back to Bradley, over to Scott. A lot of contact, no call. Go up right hand, and there's the call. That's what he does. He throws his body in there amongst the trees.
Benjamin Fields gets that foul call. That's his first. Renee goes back to the line where he's 77% on the year.
Renee Scott will shoot here. First free throw, no good. Renee Scott, normally really good there. He struggled tonight. Second free throw from Renee Scott, good. 31-29, Faulkner down by 2. 3:53 to go in the half. Across the timeline comes Trayvon Jasmine. He attacks right side, now pulls up. Back toward the free throw line. Nice right-handed scoop, just wouldn't go off the hand of Terry Smith Jr. Bradley into the front court. Scott out to Sanderson. He'll pull that 3. No. Rebound Trace Hill. Lots of contact. His head bounces off the floor there. So Hill gets the rebound and then is just knocked to the floor on the way down.
Give the foul to number 12, Eric Brown. It's going to be his first.
And you'll say this right now for Loyola, David. They hold a 19-14 rebounding advantage, but they are in position for every board almost.
Absolutely.
The ones Faulkner's getting, they're having to fight for. There's another rebound for Loyola. Faulkner leaves points on the board that time. Shot up, no good. Rebound Fields, puts it back, no. And they say basket interference. So count Fields' shot, basket interference there.
You just look at Fields and just how long his arms are.
Bradley into the front court. Gets it over right wing Renee Scott. Scott to Halilovic. Halilovic to Bradley. Bradley works around, gets it to Renee Scott. Scott down to Sanderson. Back up to Trace Hill. Left side Bradley. Down to Halilovic. Back up to Hill. Nice ball movement and a great cut that time.
Good ball movement. Good pass from Halilovic to the cutting Hill.
Fields 3. No. And a foul on the loose ball.
Over the back on Smith there. It's going to be his second. And Trace Hill will be back at the line for 2. That's the 10th team foul on Loyola.
Inbound, or rather the over the back call that puts Hill on the line. His first free throw is good.
Hill on the season is 80% from the line, so he's a guy that's reliable there at the stripe for the Eagles.
Second free throw from Hill. Good. 33 all. Into the front court. The handoff to Turner. Step back and now gives it up. There's the jumper, no good. Rebound by Trace Hill. Sanderson to Hill. His 3, no good. Rebound tipped around. Fields gets it.
They get Garrett Sanderson on with the late foul there.
Fields will inbound to Cameron Dumas momentarily. Dumas set out a lot of this half after 2 quick fouls just inside the 12-minute mark. And a warning on the bench. gone all season long and hadn't seen a warning on the bench. We've had 2 tonight. There's the pull-up jumper, free throw line good. Sean Edwards, his team down 2. Finds Halilovic, goes in, right hand good, tie game.
Strong take there by Halilovic. Take the ball on the post, take that power dribble and go up with it as Turner shoots a 3 and it's off.
Long rebound, Garrett Sanderson comes away with it. Tie game, chance for the lead. Renee Scott, right hand good. Renee Scott's got 10. Dumas into the front court. 23 to shoot, 1:19 to play in the half. There's the attack, kicks it out. LaForge loses it, and Scott fouled from behind by Eric Brown. Scott Sanderson saying that should be a clear path foul.
And he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. But he can't fight it because you've already had a warning on the bench.
Scott goes back to the free throw line.
First one no good. Uncharacteristically off in the first half at the line is Renee Scott. He's missed his first one in all 3 trips to the line. Second one good. Into the corner, pass to Fields, has a hard time gathering, blocking a rebound by Adnan Halilovic. 38-35, 48 seconds to go in the half. Sanderson off the pass from Edwards, no good. Rebound Fields, coming the other way is Loyola. That 3 good off the hand of Eric Brown. Brown had 14 in Loyola last time. Scott, pull up, mid-range, good. 40-38 is the lead for Faulkner, 20 to play in the half. Loyola will hold for last. Dumas backs out, he's defended by Scott. Works left, gives it up, Fields, back to Dumas, 3, no, rebound tipped alive. Halilovic gets it up to Scott, fires it up, won't count. 40-38, Faulkner trails much of the first half, David. Fights out of that hole, goes to the halftime with a lead. How much bigger is that for a team psychologically, even if it's only 2?
It's big, especially considering the last time that they played, how poorly this Faulkner team played with the turnovers, the issues that they had. To have a lead here at halftime is big for them mentally, especially the way that they played. They haven't shot the ball particularly well. They're about 40% on the ball game, but they defended well. They've had some good steals in the open court, and they've been able to kind of maintain their pace.
Yeah, they really have. It's great pace, both teams. Really well played game first half by both squads. We go to halftime, 40-38. Faulkner leads. This is the Faulkner Sports Network presentation of Faulkner men's basketball.
Okay, so it's a given that they've got the catchiest jingle of all time. But Cook's has used reliable, affordable, expert service to become #1 in the pest control business. Nobody wants the uninvited guest at their game day parties. Call Cook's Pest Control to handle the problem outside before it moves its way inside. Call Mike at 334-273-8873 and get a free quote today.
We are coming back in here, getting you ready for the second half. We're about 4 minutes before that starts, but we're going to go to Hannah Caver, who's with Drew Wilson, men's assistant coach here, get his thoughts on the first half of play.
Thank you. We worked to erase an early deficit and got the lead. How big is that psychologically going into this half?
Oh, it's big time. You know, anytime you can go into half of the lead, you definitely want to do that. You know, we didn't play great. We didn't do a great job. You know, but we got it going late. We didn't rebound it great. We want to rebound a little better, but you know, it's great to have a lead going to half. Definitely better than going in down.
How has our ball movement contributed to our offensive play?
You know, I thought we moved it good. We didn't have a ton of assists to show for it necessarily, but we moved it really good. 8 assists on 15, but we moved the ball really good. So I like that a lot. When we get it moving and they're playing zone, it's hard for the zone to adjust to a lot of ball movement.
Loyola has been rebounding the ball very well, and we have had to fight for every rebound. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. They have 2 or 3 guys that they go every time. They do a good job rebounding the ball, so that's a big key for us. We need to win the rebounding battle in the second half.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Hannah and Coach Wilson, on spending a little time with us here, getting you ready for the second half. And I think Coach Wilson hit on several things there that are absolutely right. The rebounding numbers, that's what Loyola does. They crash the offensive boards, and they're doing that here tonight. Going hard after those offensive rebounds, and had a little bit of trouble controlling the boards, had the Eagles from Faulkner, but still with a 2-point lead coming from half here. Good job by them maintaining some pace and kind of catching that lead here, getting ready for the second half. Some of the numbers from the first half, Faulkner only shot 40% from the field, whereas Loyola shot 42% on 35 attempts. Faulkner had 37. Faulkner's 4 of 17 from 3. Loyola 5 of 12 for 41%. They're 3 of 3 from the free throw line is Loyola. And Faulkner's left a few points there at the free throw line, 6 of 10. So fairly even as far as those numbers go, except for the 3-point percentage, where Faulkner's only shooting to 24%. Big thing is points off turnovers. 16 points off turnovers for Faulkner, only 8 for Loyola. We mentioned, Drew talked about that, only 6 turnovers for the Faulkner Eagles in the first half, which is really the story of the ball game to this point. Only 6 turnovers, 12 turnovers for Loyola, leading to those 16 points. And then you start looking at some of the other points. They're all fairly even. The bench points going Loyola's direction, 18-13, which is usually a thing that Faulkner controls with how much Coach Sanderson loves to run guys in and out, but not the case here tonight. We are inside a minute as we will begin this second half.
40-38 your lead for Faulkner after a great first half of play. This one should be interesting as we wrap this one. 20 minutes on the clock momentarily. If you're Faulkner, the good news is 6 turnovers. And despite shooting only 23.5% from 3, you're in the lead. Normally much better from 3.
Right.
If you are Loyola, the best news is that C.J. Jones has 8 points. He had 36 in New Orleans last time these two teams played. The inbound comes to number 24, Trayvon Jasmine. Layup no good by Burns. Tip back alive, no good. Rebound put back good by Terry Smith Jr. So Burns with 2 looks at it, couldn't get it to go. Smith Jr. does. Into the front court comes number Sean Edwards to Renee Scott, back over to C.J. Jones. We reset here. Skundrich back to Edwards, thought about it, works around left, looking for help, out to C.J. Jones. Jones, entry to Skundrich, turnaround no good. Rebound controlled by Miles Burns. Skundrich uncharacteristically quiet, has only shot it 4 times. All the way in, Burns layup, right hand, and one.
Strong take by Burns there. He's going to get the and one. Burns already with 5 rebounds on the night. That gives him 8 points.
19-15 left in the game. 2-point lead for Loyola. Burns to the line, looking to stretch it. Trace Hill checks in. Milan Skundrich checking out.
Listen, the first possession, you give them 2 offensive rebounds the first possession of the game for the black night. You made 3 mistakes in 45 seconds.
Miles Burns, free throw, no good. Rebound, Adnan Halilovic hands it to Sean Edwards. Edwards was in position for the rebound. Halilovic jumped over him, elbowed him in the face, and then handed him the ball.
He needed that more than Sean did.
That's right. Jones over to Edwards. Edwards, right wing to Scott, down to Hill, long pass Jones. He puts it on the deck, loses it. Faulkner has not had a good possession coming out of the break. That's dangerous against a team like Loyola. And an unforced turnover by Loyola. DAC stats has crashed, so if you're following live stats, you can't. 42-40, 18-42 to go in the game. Sean Edwards to C.J. Jones. Jones to Hill, back to Edwards. Edwards back to Halilovic. Halilovic hands it off to Edwards. Edwards. Long pass, Renee Scott. Scott to Jones, back to Edwards. Edwards on the attack, backs it out. Gets it to Hill. All the way in, left hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, and now he's fouled.
Foul's going to be on Burns. That's going to be his 3rd.
It's 3 on Burns now. Burns, again, the leading rebounder on this Loyola team, getting that 3rd foul. Renee Scott will inbound the ball to C.J. Jones. Jones to Sean Edwards. Edwards to C.J. Pulls that 3, no good. Reitzel gets the rebound. Hands it off to Turner. Back up to Jasmine. Right-hand runner goes. 44-40. Edwards, face up with Jasmine. Gets it to Scott. All the way to the baseline. Loses it. And a Faulkner turnover. Scott Sanderson's seen enough. The Eagles did so well down the stretch in the second half, and they come out flat here in or down the stretch of the first half. They come out flat here in the second half. This is the Faulkner Sports Network.
Maybe you need a loan to help you slide behind the wheel of that new ride. Perhaps it's a home loan or a HELOC you're seeking. Guardian Credit Union can help. With competitive interest rates on every loan product, Guardian is here to serve you with an unparalleled level of customer service, state-of-the-art online banking, and locations all over Montgomery. From hand-breaded chicken fingers and fried chicken to delicious sides and scratch-made biscuits, Jack's has all the ingredients to make your next tailgate legendary. Football is just better with Jack's, so order ahead at eatatjacks.com and score big this season.
Into the front court comes Trayvon Jasmine. Ethan Turner gets it over to Terry Smith. He attacks, contact, and a foul on Adnan Halilovic. That
3
is
for
3
him.
on Adnan. I believe we may be seeing Jacob Spence soon.
Had your choice of Eagles there to pin that foul on.
3 on Adnan. Free throw no good by Terry Smith Jr.
Screen the pro set. Get him in quick. Screen the pro set.
Gotta rebound this ball.
Second free throw misses everything. Terry Smith.
Think we got a lane violate. Nope.
Air ball missed everything.
Lane violation was on Loyola.
Skundrich will inbound to Edwards. Edwards off the screen from Skundrich to Scott to Jones. Feeds Skundrich left hand good.
Way to attack that zone there by the Eagles, getting inside with the movement from Skundrich.
Cut the deficit to 2. Reitzel backs it out. Reitzel works around to the left. Stolen by Skundrich, but he steps out. We're going to have a conversation during a dead ball.
Referees explaining the call on the free throw to Coach Sanderson.
44-42. Scott Sanderson wanted an explanation because, as we called on air, that was an air ball on that free throw, and they called a lane violation. Nonetheless, Reitzel in, misses that layup, and a foul.
Ball will stay with Loyola.
Oh, no foul. Who knows what's going on anymore?
Not us.
All things have gone haywire in Tyne Davis tonight. See if we can reset here as the ball gets into Reitzel out of the corner. Spins through traffic. Nice job by Reitzel to find himself as he spun through and lay that ball up. Edwards to Jones. Steps back, looks for help. Gets it out to Renee Scott. Over to Edwards, into Skundrich. Out to Jones, back up to Scott. Puts it on the deck, pull up, free throw line good. Faulkner back down by 2. 16 and a half to play.
It's 15 for Renee Scott here tonight.
Working left is Reitzel. Reitzel, entry pass to Burns.
Stolen by Skundrich, and we get a foul on Burns.
So a steal from Milan. That's 4 on Burns. Is it not? That's 4 on Miles Burns. He had 1 while Backstats was down. Inbound to Renee Scott. Scott to Edwards. Edwards back to Scott. Pulls that 3. In and out. Couldn't have gotten much further down and still come out. It's just the rotation on that shot that keeps it from going through. Cameron Dumas. Over to Zach Reitzel.
And Brown steps out, going for the pump fake, so it'll be a Faulkner basketball.
46-44. Milan Skundrich inbounds it to Sean Edwards. Edwards into the front court, gets it to C.J. Jones. Jones attacks, goes up, right hand good. 46-46. 15:53 to play. There's the attack. Dumas has it, calls for the pick, and then pulls the 3. No good. Look at Loyola chase down the rebound, though. There's the attack from Terry Smith. Block and a board by Skundrich. Sends it to Scott, puts it on the deck, falls down with it. Loose ball picked up by Turner. Almost picked by Scott. Back out to Turner. Frenetic tempo right now. He loses it out to Brown. His 3 off the rim over the backboard, and we'll slow it down. Skundrich into Edwards. Tie game. Edwards back to Skundrich. Entry pass to Adnan Halilovic, and he's blocked by Terry Smith Jr. David, you want to talk about a team that's got bounce. This Loyola team, to a man, they get off the floor.
They really do, and you see it on plays like that and their rebounding abilities. Jones takes a 3 there. It's off.
Skundrich fights for that board and gets it. Faulkner still can't drop a 3. Scott to Edwards. Edwards out to Jones, down to Skundrich. Finds Halilovic in a foul. Halilovic takes that right in the eye.
Skundrich had Dumas right on his hip.
That's 3 on Terry Smith Jr.
Turns around, fires it to Halilovic, who's right down low.
Halilovic steps to the line.
53% on the year is Adnan from the free throw line.
That first one is good. Second free throw from Adnan Halilovic.
Sanderson checks in. Nate Bradley checks in for the Eagles.
That one, back iron, no good. Schoonrich tips it alive, but Brown comes up with it. Fight for the loose ball. Sanderson and Brown both hit the deck. Sanderson comes up limping. He's coming straight to the bench. Gonna have to get Garrett Sanderson headed to the end of the bench. He's gonna have to come out. They're trying to walk it off, I think.
It's lucky he didn't get the foul called when he fell over the player.
Yeah. Good. The refs really have largely let them play tonight.
They have.
As long as that's even on both ends of the court, you don't mind it.
Right. You always appreciate that kind of no call because it's just kind of one of those fouls that you end up in no man's land and get called with a cheap one. Just hustling for the basketball.
The inbound will come from Bradley momentarily. Gets it to Renee Scott. 14:38 to go in the game. Sanderson into Schoonrich. Schoonrich backs his man down, out to Bradley. Extra pass to Scott. He has the screen if he wants it, he'll take it. Gives it to Sanderson, entry pass taken by Dumas. Schoonrich better not pick up a cheap one in the middle of the floor. Reitzel, three, good. That's the thing that Faulkner has not been able to buy tonight is a three-pointer. Loyola's hit some timely ones. Bradley to Scott, back over to Bradley. Renee Scott back over to Milan Schoonrich, gets his man in the air, takes the extra step, gets it to Halilovic. Halilovic to Sanderson, into the corner to Bradley. 4 to shoot to Milan Schoonrich. Ball fake. And then again, that zone, they're sitting back in zone encouraging the three, but they're so good at closing the space. And there's another one for Loyola, and they're up by 5 all of a sudden. So back-to-back threes for Loyola. That's a 5-point Wolfpack lead. Scott to Schoonrich. And again, two defenders close on him. Bradley to Sanderson. Down low to Adnan Halilovic. Back out to Bradley. His three. Good. That'll cut it back to 2.
Gives Nate Bradley 6 here on the night.
Seems like Loyola not having a lot of trouble closing on those perimeter passes, but when it goes into the post and back out, they've created a little space.
It has, and that's kind of what this offense is trying to do, get the ball in, work that defense in, collapse that zone, then kick it out for an open three as we've got a timeout by Loyola here. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them here on the Faulkner Sports Network.
Assure your team's victory this season. Buy a dozen Jack's biscuits starting at just $15. Mix and match until you get the combination just right. After all, football is better with Jack's. Order ahead at eatatjacks.com. Score big this football season.
.57 to go in the game. 2-point Wolfpack lead. Nate Bradley, Adnan Halilovic, Renee Scott, Milan Schoonrich, and Garrett Sanderson, the 5 for Faulkner. It's Reitzel, Dumas, Brown, Fields, and Turner, the 5 for Loyola. Dumas works around to the right, face up with Garrett Sanderson. Gets it to Reitzel. Picked clean and stolen by Milan Schoonrich. Bradley into the front court. Down to Adnan. Adnan's pass goes off of Reitzel and out of bounds.
trying to force the pass was Halilovic. Good defensive pressure there, that zone, not allowing it.
Scott over to Bradley. Bradley into the corner to Sanderson. His three. No. Skundrich, the board and the putback. Give Milan 8 and 4. 52 all. Reitzel attacking all the way in. Skundrich with a block. Gets it to Halilovic with the rebound there, rather. Scott from Bradley. Yes! He's got 18.
Please give us some money.
Scott face up with Dumas. The attack, Dumas baseline pass intended for Reitzel, throws it away. That's going to be our under 12 media timeout. We go to Hannah Caver, who's with one of our members of the Faulkner Sports Network game day operations team, and also one of our great offensive linemen here at Faulkner University.
Thank you, Jeremy. How excited were you for yesterday's signing class?
Oh, I was very excited. We have a lot of key players coming from all around to come in. We have a lot of big players. Faulkner University is on top, so I was very excited about yesterday's signing class.
What has your experience been like at Faulkner?
My experience has always been great here at Faulkner. It was a big family, which I love. Great atmosphere. Just a great place to be. You know, I love it here. You know, being a transfer student, you know, coming to this environment really, you know, took a role in my life, you know, really good. So I love it.
Thank you. And back to you, Jeremy.
That, of course, Tiantre Spence from Moundville, Alabama, one of our offensive linemen, and not just one of our offensive linemen, Tiantre, an academic all-conference player in the Mid-South. So we appreciate having him as part of our game day operations team. At the under 6 media timeout, Hannah Caver is going to do one more interview for us, and I'm not even going to tell you who it is because I don't know. It's going to be up to Hannah to figure that out. 55-52 is the lead for Faulkner. Skundrich will inbound to Edwards. Bradley, Spence, and Jones are the other three on the floor for the Eagles.
Loyola extends this zone out half court.
Bradley to Edwards. Edwards backing it out. He'll attack, throw it down. Stolen by Reitzel. Reitzel's a really good player.
He really is. That was a good closeout there defensively. Is he going to get Skundrich with the foul?
Will they count the basket? No,
it's going to be on the floor.
And see when they blew that whistle. So 2 fouls on Milan Skundrich. 3-point lead for the Eagles. Dumas will inbound underneath the basket. Layup no good. C.J. Jones with the rebound. So that was LaForge that missed the shot. Reitzel with another steal. The attack all the way in. Right hand no good, but a block called on Jacob Spence. That's Trayvon Jasmine that was barreling in down the baseline. Spence set up shot, but he didn't get there in time. Free throw good. That'll cut it to 2. Trayvon Jasmine now with 3 points and 3 assists.
74% from the free throw line on the season.
55-53. Trayvon Jasmine. That one back iron no good. Jacob Spence with the rebound. 2-point lead for the Eagles and the ball. Bradley to Renee Scott. Back over to Bradley. Ooh, almost a travel. Gets it over to Scott, now to Jones. Mid-range pull-up, no. Too strong. When you look at C.J. Jones, you wonder how he ever is able to put touch on the ball because he's built like a linebacker. That shot misses. Rebound Fields, put back, no.
Foul's going to be on C.J. Jones. That's 2 on Jones, and Fields will go to the free throw line.
It's not the shots from the floor that are keeping Loyola in this right now. It's the trips to the line.
It is, and then you got a guy like Fields who's 87% from the line on the year.
For a big guy at 6'7", playing the 5 spot, he can really shoot. We saw that earlier with the 3 that he knocked down.
And that 3 is not something that he shoots often, but he's shooting about 50% when he takes it.
That second free throw good, 55 all. 10:45 to play. Bradley up to Scott, back over to Bradley. Bradley works left, now passes it back to Scott. Scott will back it out, 20 to shoot. Has it picked clean. Going the other way is Trayvon Jasmine, stolen back by Bradley. Scott to Jones. He'll go all the way, left or right hand good. 57-55, Faulkner on top. Dumas attacks, steps up, passes to Fields. Halilovic got a hand on it. Fields gets the rebound. Now he misses that putback. Reitzel the rebound and one.
We just see the activity by this Loyola squad. They're just relentless on the offensive glass.
It's hard to think of one time Faulkner's had position on a box out tonight. Because Loyola is all over the place. They lead the rebounding battle by only 6, but it's the offensive boards where Loyola's creating those second chances.
Sanderson checks in for Bradley for the Eagles.
Free throw up and good. Loyola back on top, 10-10 to play.
And you start looking at Reitzel, who's averaging 20 a game. He's only at about 8. Well, that gives him 10 on the game.
Sanderson to Scott. He'll back out with 19 to shoot. Now to Sanderson, extending this zone all the way out. Back over to Scott. Defender falls down. Scott misses the jumper. Jones tips it out. Sanderson's got it. Pass to Skundrich. He'll go right wing. Scott. Head fake goes in. Drops it. Faulkner back on top. 59-58. 9:42 to play. Renee Scott's got 20. This is the Faulkner Sports Network presentation of Faulkner Eagle basketball.
Maybe you need to update your life insurance coverage. Perhaps you're thinking about retirement. It could be an accident or a cancer policy that you're seeking. Whatever your insurance needs, make sure that you're covered at a rate that makes sense for you and your family. That's where Ronnie Polk and Benefit Planners can help. Call Ronnie or Brian at 334-495-7476. Call Benefit Planners and make sure that your family is covered.
9:42 to play in the game. 59-58 is the lead for Faulkner. It comes in to Trayvon Jasmine. He comes across the timeline. Works around to the right, pass down low. Fields steps out, finds Jasmine. All the way in, but fouled. Misses the shot, but another foul.
He gets rewarded for being out of control. The foul is going to go on Halilovic. That's 4.
Here's the thing, though. You're already in the bonus with Loyola. So 7 fouls against Faulkner in the half, 3 against Loyola, which you wouldn't think given how aggressively Loyola is playing defensively.
It seems like every time Loyola gets trips to the free throw line, it's their better free throw shooters as that one's missed.
They miss them both. Sanderson gets it to Skundrich, swings it out to Jones. Falling away, can't hit that one right. So, and Faulkner not getting more than one look at the basket. Reitzel over to Fields. He'll pull that 3. No. Rebound, Jones. He's got 6 of those. Renee Scott to Garrett Sanderson. Garrett Sanderson to Renee Scott. 20 to shoot. Back over to Sanderson into the corner. Skundrich, ball fake, back up to Sanderson. There's Renee. He'll have to corral it with 13 to shoot. Garrett Sanderson back to Renee. This is sort of a 4 corners look, stretching everything out here is Faulkner. Trace Hill, Milan Skundrich. He'll take that shot and a foul. Had one to shoot. He had to put it up, and he gets the foul.
It's a good feed there, though, by Trace Hill.
So Skundrich goes to the line.
Jasmine gets hit with a foul. That's his first.
59-58, 8:35 to go. Skundrich misses that one.
Skundrich 63% from the year, and this is where Faulkner really needs to get these points, these freebies here at the line.
Yeah, they're not getting second chance looks, not getting a lot of offensive boards. When they get to the line, they've got to cash in. Skundrich hits that second one, the lead's 2. 8:35 to play. Faulkner nursing a 2-point lead, needing a stop, trying to stretch it out. Dumas with the basketball for the Wolfpack. Goes over left wing to LaForge. Back to Dumas. He pulls that three. No. Rebound out of bounds off the hands of Reitzel.
Faulkner went to a zone look there.
Trace Hill into Renee Scott. Scott across the timeline to Sanderson. Sanderson back to Scott. 21 to shoot. Gets it in to Skundrich. Finds a cutting Jones. Layup, no. Rebound Reitzel. They'll call jump ball. So possession arrow to Loyola. Reitzel in to Dumas.
Faulkner sticking with his zone look with Skundrich out top.
Dumas goes down to Reitzel on the right wing. Reitzel back up to Dumas. Dumas backs it out. Goes over to Jasmine, now back to Dumas. Entry pass kicked away. Picked up and shot by Jasmine, and a foul off the ball on the rebound, box out.
It's going to be an offensive foul on Reitzel.
That's 2 on Reitzel.
Reitzel 10 points, 9 rebounds on the night.
Hill gets it into Scott. Over to Sanderson. Down low to Skundrich. No basket. It's called on the floor.
Foul on Dumas. That's 3 on him.
I think all 3 of Dumas's fouls have come when Skundrich has switched on to him. When he's gotten stuck switching on to Skundrich, he's picked up all 3 of his fouls there.
And we've seen that, and Faulkner tries to take advantage of it. Skundrich shoots the 3 there. It's off, rebounded by Jasmine.
Jasmine all the way in. Skundrich wisely gave room so as not to pick up the foul. Scott to Jones. Jones over to Scott. Back out to Jones. He'll pull the long 3. No. Rebound by Skundrich, knocked out of bounds. 7:04 to play. 60 all is the score. Sanderson, Scott, long 3, no. Tipped off of Loyola, no. They'll say off Faulkner. Had 2 players over there. Goes off of the Eagles. 7 to play. 60 all. The inbound will come from Terry Smith Jr. to Dumas. Dumas into the front court, surveys the landscape. Sort of a 3-2 look up for this Faulkner defense. Down low to Reitzel in the middle of the lane. He'll go up, right hand, no good. Fields tips it back in. So Loyola back on top with 6.5 to go.
Exactly how you have to attack that zone right there and get it right about that free throw line as they did. Great pass from Sanderson to Hill.
Trace Hill lays that in. 6:21 to play. Dumas gets it back, now gives it up again to Jasmine. Down to Reitzel, goes down to Fields on the baseline. Kicks it out to Reitzel, his 3, no. Rebound underneath by Smith. He puts it up. Foul on Trace Hill. So back up top goes Loyola, and Smith goes to the line to try to tie it. They called that on, was that on Renee Scott, that foul? Or was it on, making sure who that foul was on?
I saw Scott reaching anyway.
So 2 on Renee Scott. That free throw airballed again. It's an adventure when Terry Smith Jr. goes to the line. I don't know if there was a lane violation, but somebody's personal space was just violated as 2 players hit the deck together. Now,
commence mop-up duty.
Milan Skundrich always in the area for mop-up duty. Milan working with the officials, hoping to mop up a big sweat spot because, as we said, 2 bodies hit the floor. Inbound will come to Renee Scott momentarily. 6:05 to play. 2-point lead for the Faulkner Eagles. For the Loyola Wolfpack. Faulkner Eagles have the ball. Into the front court to Garrett Sanderson it comes. Sanderson to Halilovic, another one, but Halilovic misses that one. It was a good idea, they just couldn't connect with it.
The Stay Faulkner basketball, 20 on the shot clock.
So we'll take this under 6 media timeout and go to our great sideline reporter, Hannah Caver. Hannah, who do you got? She took her headphones out before I told her she was going to have to do another one. So we go to a break here on the Faulkner Sports Network. This is Faulkner Eagle basketball.
Odds are you've never seen service like what you'll see when you go into Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire. They rotate your tires and vacuum out your vehicle just because you came in for an oil change. And if you call Nathan at the downtown Montgomery location at 334-263-3872, he'll pick up your car and bring it back to you when the job is done. They've got 3 locations to serve you, and they'll give you 10% off with your Faulkner ID. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire, downtown Montgomery, the corner of Bell and Vaughn and Millbrook. Located on Boyd Cooper Parkway in East Chase, Candlewood Suites is one of the premier lodging destinations in Montgomery. All rooms are big enough for the whole family, and they offer a super rate for Faulkner folks. Next time you're in town to see the Eagles play in person, book your stay at Candlewood Suites of East Chase Park. Call 334-277-0677 and have a super night's sleep.
5:54 to go. 64-62 Loyola leads. Inbound to C.J. Jones. He'll dribble it back out, looks for help into the corner to Sanderson. That one tipped out. C.J. Jones gets it, and he is knocked down by Trayvon Jasmine as they were fighting for the loose ball.
It's going to be 2 on Jasmine.
It's 2 on Trayvon Jasmine. That gets Faulkner to the line because that's the 7th on Loyola. 1-1 here. So got to make this one count.
Jones 75% on the season.
And this is the thing. It's a 1-1 opportunity, so you don't cash in the first one. It's just the same as turning the ball over.
It is. Faulkner not been particularly good from the free throw line tonight, about 57%.
Jones misses that one. Faulkner struggling at the stripe. Dumas works it over, gets it back. Left wing Fields. Faulkner needing a stop. LaForge puts it up, misses the shot. Renee Scott rebound. C.J. Jones gets it back to Renee Scott. He'll come into the front court. Renee's got 20. C.J.'s got 12. Those are the only 2 in double figures for Faulkner. Halilovic, ball fake, needed help there, and he stepped on, or he traveled rather.
Drug his pivot foot when he was trying to make that pass.
5:10 to play, 64-62. Faulkner starting to pile up the wasted possessions the last couple of trips down the floor.
It's now 7 turnovers in the half.
Dumas into the front court, face up with Adnan Halilovic. It goes back over to Terry Smith Jr. Reitzel back to Dumas. Dumas directs traffic. Get it over to Smith, back to Dumas, right wing, Trayvon Jasmine. Dumas pulls that three, no. Rebound C.J. Jones, that's 7. Into the front court goes Renee Scott, back to C.J., back over to Garrett Sanderson. They'll play this cross-court pass trying to wear out the top of that zone. Scott into the corner. Jones cups it and passes out. Halilovic, good. Adnan Halilovic, he's got 6 and 6 right now. Faulkner's up by 1, 4:18 or 4:15 to play rather. Dumas will slow everything down. All the back and forth pace we had in the first half, they've really been more deliberate, have both teams this half. Skundrich with a steal.
Both teams gone more zone here in the second half, made each other pass the ball around on that perimeter to even get an open shot.
Miles Burns, or rather Garrett Sanderson, I apologize, I'm thinking the wrong thing. Scott pulls the three, good. He's got 23, 985 points in his career. Across the timeline comes Trayvon Jasmine. Jasmine gets it into the corner to Dumas. 4-point lead for the Eagles. That's Smith. He goes to Dumas. He'll attack all the way in. Scoot layup good. Nice move by Dumas.
Good quick attack from Dumas there.
I think the operative word there is quick. He is jitterbug quick. C.J. Jones down to Adnan. Adnan back up to Sanderson. Over to Jones. Pulls that three. Yes. Faulkner up by 5 with 3:03 to play. This is the Faulkner Sports Network presentation of Faulkner men's basketball.
Wherever you are in your financial needs, Guardian Credit Union can probably help. From auto to home to signature loans, Guardian has the best rates you'll find anywhere. They even do credit cards with no annual fees. Join today and get your Eagle credit or debit card. With locations all over Montgomery, Guardian Credit Union is here to serve. The Faulkner family is so proud to again partner with Wells Printing. They can meet virtually every print need from commercial and wide format printing to promotional products and apparel. They even do full service mailing and distribution. For all of your promotional and print needs, make the right call and stand out with Wells. Call Amanda at 334-270-9481 or 334-324-0864. I don't know if there's anything I like better than good barbecue. Full Moon has the best barbecue and best smoked wings in town, and those Emmy wings are out of this world. Go by after the game and use your ticket for a buy one get one free barbecue sandwich. Say hi to Chris in person at 7660 East Chase Parkway or give him a call at 334-676-5999.
71-66 is the lead. Into the front court comes Loyola down by 5. They get it to Reitzel. Reitzel passes over left. That is Burns back in the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. Reitzel backs it out. Back to Burns. He'll attack all the way in, loses the ball. It'll stay with Loyola. They say Faulkner knocked it out. 5 to shoot. Sorry about that.
Thinking the same thing, and Loyola will take a timeout to try to draw something up here.
Yeah, at this point, 2:38 to play, down 5. You don't want to waste a possession. This is the Faulkner Sports Network presentation of Faulkner men's basketball.
Whether you're making the trip to see the Eagles play in person, coming into town to visit your favorite Faulkner student, or having the family in from out of town, Drury Inn & Suites is Faulkner's #1 place to stay in Montgomery. Drury offers a full free breakfast and dinner with your stay and caters to your needs with a friendly and knowledgeable staff. They're pet friendly and offer a great Faulkner rate. They even got indoor and outdoor pool options. Call them at 334-273-1101 to book your stay today. Everyone knows Jason's Deli has the best salad bar in Montgomery. Everyone also knows Jason's Deli has the best sandwiches in town. And, of course, everyone knows Jason's Deli has the best ice cream anywhere. But did you know that Jason's Deli's manager is also named Jason? Give him a call at 334-409-9898, or better yet, just go by and see him at 1520 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery.
2:38 to play in the game. 71-66 is the Faulkner lead. 5 to shoot for Loyola as they inbound underneath the basket. It gets into Reitzel, gets the contact, passes it out to Smith. He shoots that, back iron, no good. Rebound Burns, and a foul on the floor. They call it on
C.J. Jones.
C.J. Jones. That's 4 on C.J.
It's going to send Miles to the free throw line. About 51% on the season.
Miles Burns. That free throw, no good. Rebound, Milan Skundrich. That is the 7th board for Milan. He comes into the front court, gets it to Renee Scott. Scott back to Skundrich. He tries the entry pass to Adnan and throws it away. Stripped by Scott. Adnan assists. 25 for Renee.
Great play by Renee Scott right there. Just reaches out at the right time. Halilovic with his head on a swivel grabs the ball and throws it ahead.
The lead is 7. Dumps it down to Reitzel. Finds a cutting Smith. He lays it in, and there's a timeout by Loyola. The lead for Faulkner is 5 with 1:52 to play. This is the Faulkner Sports Network presentation. Faulkner Eagle basketball.
Pizza for $5? Pizza for $5. Hot and ready pizza for $5. That's Little Caesars guaranteed. Hot and ready pizzas every single day for $5. They deliver to campus right here at Faulkner University. Order one or get enough for everybody. Call 334-272-4595 or stop by their location at 5853 Atlanta Highway in East Dale Square. Nobody does service like Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire. That's not just hyperbole. With every oil change, they'll rotate your tires and vacuum out your car. That, Faulkner fans, is service. Show your Faulkner ID and get 10% off your purchase. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire. Downtown Montgomery, at the corner of Bell and Vaughn, and in Millbrook.
(73-68) is the lead for Faulkner. 1:52 to play in the game. Milan Skundrich will inbound. Gets it into Renee Scott, back out to Milan. So they double-teamed Renee off that inbound and ended up still getting it into him. Reitzel picks up the foul.
His third.
That's 3 on the leading scorer. Fields actually leads the field tonight. See what I did there? He's got 12.
He and Smith Jr. both have 12.
Milan to the line. He's struggled there of late. And he hits that one.
That's a big one there if he can hit the second.
Lead is 6. He's in double figures with 10. The next free throw coming from Skundrich. That one's no good. Rebound by Burns. He gets it up. Dumas face up with Scott. Gets it over to Smith and gets it back. Directing traffic. Gets it to Reitzel. Reitzel turns and goes. Throws it out to Burns. 14 to shoot. And now he gets that one to fall. 74-70 is the lead. The attack all the way from Scott, and there's a foul.
Good inbound there. Get the ball to Scott, who's streaking down the court. Fouls on Dumas. That's his 4th. Renee Scott to the free throw line.
Scott steps up.
3 of 6 from the line on the evening.
That free throw, no good. He struggled at the stripe, but he's done about everything else okay tonight.
9 of 18 are the Eagles from the free throw line tonight, so not a stellar night at all.
This one's a big one here because he hits this. It's a 5-point lead. He hits it. So the lead is 5 with 1:19 to play. Garrett Sanderson slips on the eagle head.
Almost broke himself.
Dumas gets it over and now back. Dumas head fake. Pass down to Burns. 1:08 to play. 17 to shoot. Burns gets it to go off the turnaround. And a timeout taken by Loyola. So Faulkner not able to put stops and shots together. Loyola takes the timeout. Eagles up 3. This is the Faulkner Sports Network.
For the best in starters, salads, steaks, ribs, country dinners, and more, saddle up after the game and head on over to Texas Roadhouse, located at 7525 East Chase Parkway in Montgomery. You can even take your Faulkner game ticket, and Faulkner alumnus Trey 2 will gladly give you 10% off your bill. Call him for your catering needs at 334-396-7774, or go by and throw back a few peanuts while you wait on your meal. Texas Roadhouse, located in East Chase across from Target.
Wells Printing is so much more than just a print shop. Not only did they print up our Faulkner football game tickets, but they also carry Faulkner polos and Comfort Colors t-shirts, as well as those awesome baseball caps and stadium seats. For any and all printing and promotional item needs, call Amanda at 334-270-9481 or 334-324-0864.
1:04 to play in the game. Faulkner up 75-72. Eagles have the ball, will inbound underneath their own basket. Skundrich looking to get it in, and it is stolen off the inbound. They'll call a foul.
Foul's going to be on Burns. That's his 5th, so he's out of the game.
5 on Burns. That'll pull him.
That's the leading rebounder for this Loyola squad.
So Burns, if I'm not mistaken, exits without a point.
Burns has 12 points.
I'm sorry.
6
I'm
rebounds.
looking at Aldridge's line. 12.6 boards for Burns. So a good night for him despite being in foul trouble most of it. And the only reason Aldridge has no points is he hasn't been in the game yet.
Fair enough. Jones hits that
first. In case Aldridge's family is watching, that's not a shot. He just hadn't been in the game yet. Jones hit that first one. It's a 4-point Faulkner lead. Eagles with a chance to stretch it. There's that one, 77-72.
2 big free throws there by Jones.
Into the front court comes Dumas, inside of a minute to play. Dumas against Halilovic. Advantage Dumas there. Block. Halilovic. I think Skundrich got that one. And now Dumas is hurt. I'm going Skundrich on the block, but I don't know. You saw Halilovic. I'm overdue for an eye exam. We'll let Marquise Gray's our official spotter in the tiebreaker.
Who did Marquise and Carter put it on? We'll go with that.
Marquise is asking for another bowl of chili. He didn't see anything. 77-72 as Dumas has to, falls pretty hard there and looks to have suffered some sort of an injury, and he'll have to limp off.
Looked like he was holding his ankle, but.
So here's what's interesting is they bring a big off the bench, have an extra rebounder in the game in Smith. 77-72, 53.9. Halilovic throws it into Skundrich, so a steal by Adnan.
Good steal on that inbound play. They're trying to go to Reitzel right off the inbound.
And Scott is tripped up from behind.
Foul on number 12. That is Eric Brown. That's his 3rd. So Renee Scott back to the line.
And there's Scott with 2 for Faulkner.
First free throw's good. Second free throw, no good. He's had a 50-50 trip every time. Brown, no good. C.J. Jones, the rebound. That's his 8th. And a foul on Loyola. They're trying to stretch this one out.
Foul on Trevon Jasmine. That's his third. C.J. Jones going to the line where he's got 17 and 9 now. Leading rebounder on the night for the Eagles.
First one good by Jones. So the lead back up to 7 now. 36.9 to play.
Jones 4 of 5 from the line here tonight.
Second free throw, no good. Again, another 50-50 trip. Smith almost loses it, goes all the way in. Adnan defends, and a foul called against, or it goes out of bounds rather, and a foul
on Smith. That is,
it was 4 on Smith. So Adnan goes to the line. He's got 6, 6, and 4. Not a bad night for the big man.
Not at all, not at all.
Halilovic, first free throw, back iron, no good. Twice off the back iron. All right, well, if the numbers hold, he's going to make this one. And they didn't. Skundrich fighting for the board.
Jump ball. Faulkner ball.
So Faulkner will keep it. Up 7, 27.2 to play. Shot clock is off. Garrett Sanderson will throw it in. He gets it to Milan. Milan will stand there and take the foul.
Foul on Zach Reitzel, his fourth.
Skundrich steps up. He's got 10 and 7 tonight. His first one's good. So give Milan 11. The lead is 8. I believe it's the largest Faulkner lead of the night. LaForge will check in. Smith will check out. Next free throw from Skundrich. Up and good. So Milan's got 12. The lead is 9. There's the attack on, and Skundrich swats it, but a foul on the floor.
Foul on Halilovic, that's 5 on him.
Adnan's out. Trace Hill checks in. The free throw will come from Jasmine. He hits the first one. Jasmine. 6, 3, and 3. Give him 7, 3, and 3.
Full timeout. Loyola.
81-74. .2 to play.
Loyola trying to get something where they can get an easy, quick 3, I would assume, and then, of course, get the easy steal, quick steal, or foul. Continue to extend the game as they've been trying to do the last minute and a half of this ball game, which has felt like, 20 minutes?
.74, 21.2 to play in this one. Scott, Hill, Sanderson, Jones, and Skundrich, the 5 for Faulkner as they try to put the finishing touches on this one. Schoonrich, long pass in. C.J. Jones off his foot. Sanderson gets it and he's fouled.
I don't think you could do that again if you tried.
Nope. 20.2. Garrett Sanderson to the line. He's got 3, 4, and 3.
That's 73% from the line. Jones saw that open space in front of him, got a little happy. Ball comes in, hits his foot perfectly.
Sanderson hits that free throw. 82-74. And the lead is 9 with 20.2 to play. Garrett Sanderson's got 5 on the night. Reitzel almost loses it, leaves it for Turner. His 3, no good. C.J. Jones with his 9th rebound. No foul. He'll throw it down to Sanderson. And that'll do it. 83-74. So we finish this one off with the win for the Eagles. Scott Sanderson will join us in just a moment. We'll get stats ready for him to look over. But David, really good win for Faulkner tonight.
Good win. Way to come out. They struggled here early in the second half. Loyola took the lead. They fought back. They played well that last 10 to 12 minutes this second half and put the game out of reach here late.
83-74.
Won the turnover battle 22-14 tonight. So that's huge. Big part of the win for this Faulkner team tonight. Is we've talked about the last time these two played, Faulkner really struggled turning the ball over 20 times.
Coach Scott Sanderson coming in to join us now. Coach, we'll get numbers off the printer for you here, but really have got to be pleased with the way your team finished tonight.
I thought we did a good job. They're a hard team to cover. They just do a good job of driving it downhill. Getting 3 in foul trouble hurt them. Burns, him getting in foul trouble kind of hurt them a little bit. I really thought the zone saved us, though. In the last 6 minutes, the zone saved us, kind of slowed them down a little bit. We hadn't played much zone, and I kept telling our guys that zone will win a game for us, down the road. And I really thought the zone was the difference in the game the last 6-7 minutes of the game.
I felt like one of the big things, and to build on that, they shot 41% from 3 in the first half. You guys held them to 2 of 12 in the second half. Really closed on shooters well and didn't give up anything easy.
Well, they only got 2 guys that can shoot the 3. 33 can shoot them and 12 can shoot them. Outside of that, they might have to make them, but those 2 guys can shoot the ball from 3. The rest of them would rather drive the ball to the hole. And we know where they're driving the ball to the basket, and they got in there deep on us a little bit. But again, I really do think the zone saved us. I wish we would have made more free throws. We go 18 for 31 from the free throw line, which is not good enough. But that's a good win against a very good team.
You talked about finding your legs here, and we talked about what that win last week could do with Martin, and you want to start to put these together. 2 in a row now, and now you get a really good William Carey team coming in Saturday. How do you manage the next couple days and get your crew ready for this one?
We just got to get knowledge and understanding, not much practice at all. They just got to understand what we have to do. That's going to be a quick-paced game, and we need more guys to step up. We need Jacob to play a few more minutes. We need Sean. Sean didn't play particularly well tonight. We need him to play well. So we need everybody, especially with that game Saturday, and then we turn around and play again on Monday. So we need fresh bodies, but more just knowledge and understanding, really.
And we heard you at one point as you were putting Jacob in, just begging him, give us minutes. At this point, when you're in a 3-game and 5-day stretch, how much of it is you're just looking for quality minutes out of guys?
Well, I mean, he goes in the first half in the first possession. They trap him in the short corner. He turns the ball over. I mean, when you're coming in off the bench, you've got to give us something positive, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a bucket, whether it's create a foul. You have to have positive minutes, and so our bench guys are important to us. We're going to run out of gas come late February, March if they don't. So you got to get production from your bench guys. That can give you something positive, and that's what I've been on him. He has not practiced very well the last few weeks, and I've been after him. I've talked to him, and we need him down the stretch of the season, if nothing else, to spell Adnan. And he just hasn't played particularly well these last several games, for that matter. But we do need him to step up as well.
Fantastic win for you tonight, Coach. We appreciate you taking the time with us, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. We'll wrap this one up with David Turner here. A big win for Faulkner tonight, 83-74 over the Wolfpack of Loyola. Much different game than what we saw when they were down in New Orleans. All the way around, Faulkner, if I told you going in, Faulkner's only going to shoot 30% from three and only going to shoot 58% from the free throw line, you're marking that as a loss.
You typically would, but just a good overall team effort. They played defense well enough down the stretch to get this win. They did several things well tonight. They were out-rebounded on the night, even though it wasn't a large margin, 45-41. But it was one of those situations where Loyola really looked like they controlled the boards for the majority of the night. But when you look at the numbers, they're a lot closer than what your eyes told you as the game was going. So with those things, they played well enough, and I think it goes back to the turnovers. They were played well enough with the ball, not being loose with it. They had 8 turnovers in the second half. They only had 6 in the first. So those kind of things put you in position to be able to win close games like this down the stretch where it becomes a free throw battle, and they're able to hit enough of those to stretch this lead out and get the stops defensively there toward the end of the ball game.
Big win tonight for the Eagles. We're back here Saturday, 1 o'clock for the Faulkner women, 3 o'clock for the Faulkner men. For Carter Moles, for David Turner, for the entire Faulkner Sports Network crew, especially Tay Lindsay on producing for us tonight, Charles Blackman, Isaiah Scott on camera. For everybody here at Faulkner, hope you have a great night. God bless you.